About a month ago, I purchased a camera that I've had my eyes on for a while now, and that is the Canon P rangefinder. Canon P is a fully mechanical rangefinder made by Canon, obviously, in 1959. Some people joke about this camera and call it the poor man's Leica, and that's actually one of the reasons that I got this camera. Like most photographers, Leicas are just way too far out of my price range, and I was looking for a rangefinder film camera, and the Canon P was just kind of the perfect camera for me. It is fully mechanical, so it doesn't have a light meter, but to me, it being fully mechanical was a huge selling point, because if something goes wrong, and it does a few times in this video, I'm hopefully going to be able to fix it. This video originally was going to be week 1 with the camera, shooting every single day, but at the time my wife was 38 weeks pregnant, so plans can change instantly. We also had a tropical storm, so I wasn't able to shoot for like 3 or 4 days, so this video quickly turned into 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, and then I took a little bit of a break because my wife had our daughter, so this video has just kind of been extended to about a month and a half. Most of the video is going to be just kind of a street photography based vlog, but at the end of the video I'm going to kind of talk about a few different things that I've used the camera for as well, and how well this camera performed in those situations. So sit back, grab a coffee, and enjoy the video. All right, day 1 with the Canon P rangefinder with the Canon 50mm 1.8. I literally just got this like an hour ago. I unboxed it, brought it down here. I am downtown Charleston. It is hot. It's like 90 degrees right now. It's very humid, so I don't know how long I'll be out here. I loaded up Ektar 100. I have this weird thing with film. I guess every time I get a new film camera, I always load Ektar 100 first, so that's what I got. Yeah, just a little adjustment, obviously being a rangefinder. For film, I'm normally either shooting on just like an Olympus stylus point and shoot or my Minolta X700. So focusing obviously is a little different, so I have to kind of get used to that today, but I'm excited. This camera looks incredible, obviously. I was lucky enough to get one that is in just perfect condition. Really excited to kind of get out there and use it. So yeah, here we go. These first few photos weren't really meant to be anything, and this first photo specifically was really just me trying to get used to focusing with the rangefinder and kind of get a feel for the camera. So it's nothing groundbreaking, it is just a photo of the front of this house. Again, I really use this because there's a lot of straight lines, so I could really kind of work with the rangefinder and get used to focusing with it. For some reason in this clip, my DJI mic that I was wearing didn't connect to the camera, so I was kind of explaining what I was looking for here. I was trying to get a photo through this kind of plastic window door thing because it had a lot of texture on it, had scuffs, it had kind of marks, and I thought it would be cool, but it just didn't really work out how I wanted it to.
that you're doing this?
Meter it because the sun. Sorry if you hear the car AC, but I'm on my way to go pick up my negatives, and then I had to figure something out with Canon P. I got my first scans back from the first 2 rolls that I shot, and I have like a shutter capping issue on the right side of the photos. It's very dark, and I think at probably 1/1000, maybe at 500, there's a little bit of kind of lag for the shutter curtain, so I'm gonna kind of ask around and see if anybody knows anyone that can fix it. The Canon P being a really old mechanical camera, not a lot of people service it, so I don't really know how I'm gonna get it fixed. I'm gonna try to fix it myself first. I do have some experience fixing like shutters. On my Minolta X700, the shutter was completely stuck, it wouldn't fire, and I had to dismantle that camera pretty much completely and fix that. So I'm hoping I can fix it myself. If I can't, I'm gonna have to find someone to send it into. So yeah, it's kind of the problem of the day.
So I'm downtown again. I don't really have a plan. I just have to shoot this roll of Portra 400 today. I have to fix the shutter capping issue on the camera still, but I have a roll in that I only had like 2 shots on. I completely forgot about. So I shoot this roll. I'm downtown. Again, no really game plan. I'm just gonna kind of try to rip this roll and go from there. It's so hard because I have to go this way and like kind of do this, because if I go this way, I'm right in front of the viewfinder patch, like the rangefinder patch.
Yeah.
So I can't see what I'm focusing on.
I don't know what day this is in the video of a week with the camera. I have no idea. No, it kind of fell apart. We had like a tropical storm for like 4 or 5 days. It was just raining, so I didn't go out at all. But we're downtown. My wife's shooting a video with like local bookstores here. So we're just walking around to find those bookstores. So I just have the Canon P with me. I still have Portra 400 in it. I have another roll in my pocket, so that's just what I'm gonna be shooting today. I don't really have a goal, just kind of shoot. So, yeah. Yeah. How's an appetible? Just got my hair cut, obviously. I'm gonna be shooting for my barber. Some work soon. I don't know when. We have to plan it out still. But for the rest of today, we're going to like the canals in Ion, just to kind of shoot, kind of walk around, and I'm gonna take some photos for Alexa's clothing brand. Trying to go from there. I'm gonna do all film today. I don't have my A7C II or anything, so it's just gonna be Canon P. I have a Portra 400 in it now. I think that's what I've been metering for, so I hope that's what it is. I did downtown. I just lost my shoe. I had the dogs out in the sandals, but I did downtown Charleston the other day. And it's way too hot to be walking downtown. It's like 90 degrees with like 80% humidity, so I'm just sweating my ass off. So I'm not doing that. Maybe I'll do that like a week or two. Cools down, if it ever cools down. So that's my plan. Nothing crazy.
So after shooting mainly street photography with the camera for the first week or so, I actually used it, like I mentioned, to shoot a pro wrestling event. I shot most of that event on my Sony A7C II, but I did shoot a roll of Ilford 3200 on the Canon P. I didn't really have high expectations for the film photos. I didn't expect to really use them or honestly even deliver them to the wrestling promotion, but they came out really nice. I thought I was going to struggle a little bit with the focusing, being that wrestling is so fast paced, but I didn't really seem to run into that as an issue. The size of the camera for this event was a huge plus because if I brought my Minolta X700, the camera's a little bit bigger and clunkier and heavier, but I didn't really have that problem with this camera. It just kind of stayed out of the way, and it wasn't, like I said, too heavy, so it wasn't a burden to be carrying around. The 50mm f1.8 lens is obviously pretty fast, so that was an added bonus, being that it was a really weird lighting situation at the wrestling event. I did upload a full POV video shooting that wrestling event as well, so if you want to check that out, that video is on my channel. I also used the camera to take some like newborn photos of my wife and our daughter, both in the hospital and at home. I was a little bit nervous about focusing with it. Obviously newborns move around a lot, and I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to kind of nail the focus, but I'm finding that it's a lot faster to focus on this camera than it is my X700, and I'm really able to work really quickly with it. I don't want this video to turn into like a full-fledged review of the camera. I might do one in the future, but for now I just want to kind of talk about my first impressions of using the camera in all the kind of different situations that I've used it. Rangefinders are kind of made to be used in a street setting, so it does its job and it does it extremely well. The camera is beautiful and I've gotten a few compliments on it while I'm out, but the build quality on it is fantastic. I was lucky enough to get a pretty much mint version of the camera, so I don't have any like scuffs or scratches on it or dents. But honestly, I don't really worry about this camera getting too beat up, even though it's kind of knocked into some things and kind of been bumped around. It's still in fantastic condition. At the wrestling event, it was, you know, knocking off the railings and stuff like that, and I don't have any scuffs or scratches. And it just feels really solid in my hand. The advanced lever feels really nice, and the shutter feels really nice, and everything just feels really well made. I've mentioned the size of the camera a few times. That's another plus of just rangefinders in general. They tend to be smaller than SLRs. The lens itself is fantastic. Again, I was lucky enough to get one that's in really good condition. There's no dust in it. There's no fungus. There might be a little bit of haze in it, but it's not really causing any issues. The lens overall is really sharp and it's super fast. I just like the feel that this lens gives the photos. There's a few things with the viewfinder that I kind of want to talk about. There's some differences between the viewfinder on the Canon P and the Canon 7. The Canon 7 has interchangeable frame lines, and the Canon P shows the 35mm, 50mm, and 100 at all times. I actually prefer that, and that was actually one of the deciding factors for the P over the 7 for me, because I wanted to have all the frame lines at all times. To be honest, I don't really see the 35mm too often. I'm wearing my glasses a lot, so I can't really see it. It's just kind of the edge of the frame, but I can see the 50 and the 100mm, and for me, I really like having the 100mm there. It kind of helps me to compose my shots a little bit. I can kind of use it as a guideline to kind of line things up. So for me, having the 100 is a huge positive. I know some people would just prefer to be able to only have, you know, the 50 if they're using that lens. And with a rangefinder, you know, one of the biggest pros is that you can see outside of your frame, so you can kind of compose based on what you see. And that's been something that I've had to adjust to a little bit versus my X700 and obviously my A7C II, but it is really something that I'm noticing when I'm using those other cameras. I'm missing it a lot. Rangefinder is also really bright and clear. I have no issues with focusing or lining things up, and even in dark situations like the wrestling show, I really thought I was going to struggle with focusing because of the rangefinder, and I didn't at all. I was able to see everything, and I think I only missed focus on maybe one shot, and it was probably just my fault in general. Overall though, again, I'm loving the camera. I'm having a lot of fun, and to be honest, I think because of this camera, this channel is going to be primarily film work moving forward. There's a few other reasons. I've just kind of fallen back in love with film. I've always loved film, but this camera just draws me to it, and I always want to be shooting film with it. I rarely pick up my A7C II at this point, other than like shooting a video like this or for work. So expect to see a lot more videos with the poor man's Leica on the channel. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for tuning in.